We have Aaron James with us on March 26, 2023. And Aaron was a previous student of Philadelphia Technician Training Institute. He started and graduated in 2022. James, glad to have you here on our first podcast for the school, especially and particularly in welding, which is a very important area for the country right now. Welcome to the Philadelphia Technician Training Institute podcast, Aaron.
Glad to be here. I've been looking forward to this.
All right. For our listeners, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I grew up in Avondale, which is like not too far from Westchester. Joined the military, did my little 4 years, and then got out, went to construction and did HVAC. I went to HVAC school while I was doing that. And then after HVAC school, I came to welding school. And then after that, kind of how I ended up here now. Now I'm at this underwater welding school.
All right. That's what's up, man. What kind of work have you done before coming to Philadelphia Technician Training School?
I did home remodeling. So I did a lot of like basic electrical drywall, just like flooring and stuff like that.
Hey, well, it sounds like you're doing very well for yourself right now. What motivated you to go into welding, Aaron?
Initially I wanted to mix my HVAC and welding and kind of do like a combination of that because they have HVAC welding jobs. But then while I was in school, I was talking to Big John, the night instructor, and I was just talking to him about underwater welding. He was like, you should just do it. I don't want to be like complacent and I just stay in one place my whole life because I don't know. I just feel like I'll just end up stagnant and I'm not like feel like I'm really learning or doing or pushing myself in a way.
How did Philadelphia Technician Training Institute help you prepare for underwater welding school?
I would say like the math class got me reacquainted with math. I think math is one of my worst subjects, so doing math without a calculator kind of helped. And blueprint class helped with measurements, but I think the thing that helped the most is probably when Big John made me do stick for like the last month because all underwater welding is only stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, you should just be doing stick before you leave here so you're ready.
Wow, how do you feel when you're going down there doing that diving to weld since you've been at it for several weeks now?
Honestly, like at first I think like I was laying some pretty terrible beads for like the first time I went, and it's like humbling because you're on top side and you do it for so long and you're pretty good, and then you go down there and you just suck. But I think if you just stick to the fundamentals and I got back in there the next time and I didn't really have too much trouble at all.
Oh wow, that's cool.
We did about hour dives, and basically you're just in there, same way you'd be in your booth in school, just running beads until the end of the day kind of thing. Or you only have 60-minute dives, so you just run beads for like an hour a day, and then you take a test at the end of the week. And it's like that's it. Like, see, and you can retest when you're at school, right? At that school at PTTI. Whereas here, it's like you take your test and that's it. Like whatever happens. Like you don't have a retest. There is no retest. I don't think they have the allocated resources to like let you burn more metal because I don't know what their budget is for their welding program here. I would say like it does benefit you going to PTTI only because at this school it doesn't have an established welding program officially yet, which means you don't actually get any certs from the school for welding.
Gotcha. So that's the contrast. So you learned a lot of the techniques of welding at PTTI originally to help you where you are now.
Yeah, and I actually have certs from PTTI, see, and like whereas here they don't offer any certs yet, I think they're trying to establish a program, but I would say realistically a year from now it'll be fully established.
Yeah, Philadelphia Technician Training Institute has been at this for over 10 years now. And I'm glad to say that we do offer those certifications for our welders because that really makes a big difference when you go into the field. So what kind of things will you be doing in underwater welding? This just sounds like an exciting career.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff. There's offshore diving, hazmat diving, and salvage diving, and um, there's a lot to go into. I'll try to keep it short. I guess like hazmat, you could be going to dive in a nuclear reactor. You could be, recovering a dead body out of a lake. Salvage. You could be raising sunken ships out of the water.
Wow.
Offshore, you could be setting a pipeline underwater, like for like those big, or like just messing around with like on those big oil rigs, like if they need barnacles cleaned off underneath or whatever. I don't know, whatever else they need. I don't have a lot of experience, but I just know what my instructors have told me and what I've done so far.
Sounds like a rewarding career. My hat is really off to you, man, on what you're doing. How far is it that you go down?
I think the deepest we've only gone so far is maybe like 55 feet.
Wow.
But I think in deep sea diving, you go maybe 80 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But deep sea diving is at the end of the curriculum. I'm like almost done. I have about 2.5 months left.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's that's really outstanding, man. What advice would you give to Philadelphia technician welding students at PTTI in terms of career advice? Being able to get into this field. What kind of things would you want them to know?
I'd say study up on your math because personally, I'm pretty terrible at math, so I had a little bit of trouble in the first week. The first month is just you're not even diving; it's just physics and medicine. So
Mhm.
yes, they do teach the math and the physics, or the math and the medicine portion, which I didn't necessarily like. They give you the medicine portion; it's not bad, but the physics it can be a lot if you're not very good at math. So I just say study up on some physics or something. And then also I'd say get in shape because I came here pretty scrawny, and you're wearing a lot of stuff, and it's like some of the stuff in the water is like super heavy. So.
Wow. Okay. That's good advice. Well, Aaron, I appreciate your time. Best of luck to you out there. And this is the first podcast. I'll be back in touch with you in a few months. Just check in with you, see how you're doing. And I'm excited for you.
Yeah, no, it was nice talking to you. I just if any of the kids have any questions that are in this program right now, I wouldn't mind answering any of them because I feel like there's a lot of unknown about this school, and like all people think is like, is there sharks underwater that are gonna attack you?
But do you see any sharks down there?
Nah, you might see a fish. I don't know. I mean, but I've heard of instructors saying when they dive they saw a shark, but they said that the shark never really bothered them.
Yeah, probably sharks are afraid of the sparks.
Yeah, I don't know. You're like a giant alien to them. Like you're wearing like this big metal hat or helmet you can breathe in, right? And you got all this gear on you. You look nuts. They don't know what you are.
Well, sounds good, man. Thank you again, everyone. This is James Aaron, former Philadelphia Technician Training Institute.